What's up guys, Stark here. In today's character spotlight we are taking a look at Edward Teach, aka Blackbeard. So his pictures are on the screen for you guys to see right now, and there's not really much to talk about here. He is just a pirate with lots of treasure, and he's very happy about it. So let's move on here to his stats. He is a rider, so he will be effective against casters and weak to assassins, and he is a 2-star as well, so he will go up to level 65, and his stats at level 65 will be 6,188 attack and 7,907 HP. Now, when he grails out, he does end up with some pretty solid HP stats, having 13,411, and his attack stats are alright, being at 10,967 attack. I don't necessarily recommend grailing this character out, but again, you know, grail the characters you want. Don't listen to my opinions that much, unless you want to listen to my opinion, and in which case I say don't grail him out. Anyway, moving on to his skills here. His first skill is Voyager of the Storm A, which increases his noble phantasm strength and increases attack of all allies for 1 turn. So this is a pretty good skill because it does both noble phantasm strength and attack for all allies for 1 turn. Although because of this, the actual gain for both bonuses is a little bit lower than normal, with 8% at level 1 and 16% at level 10. But it's still really nice. You know, anytime you can increase the attack of all allies and increase the noble phantasm strength of all allies is just a really good skill. And it's his first skill too, so you don't even have to try. You don't have to do anything to get it. It's like right off the bat. Anyway, his second skill here is Pirate's Glory B, which will increase his own attack for 3 turns and apply Guts. And it will also decrease his debuff resistance for 3 turns. So that's a little unfortunate that he has that, you know, decreases debuff resistance, but makes up for it with the attack. Now the attack gain isn't all that impressive, 9% at level 1, 27% at level 10, but you do get Guts on it, and it's a one-time thing, so it'll just trigger whenever he dies. He comes back. I believe he comes back with 1 HP though, which kind of sucks, but it's whatever. He comes back, so anytime you can revive yourself is always nice. And then it does play into his third skill as well, which is going to be called the Loving Gentleman C skill, which will restore HP of all allies and restore HP of all female allies further. So there are 2 different separate heals. So the first HP heal will be for all allies individually, and then if they're female, they'll get the extra heal at the end. So it's 1,000 for level 1 and 2,000 for level 10 for his first skill. And the heal for the females will be basically double that. So whatever skill it is, it'll just double it if it's a female. So it's really nice. You know, it is a strengthening power-up quest though, so you do have to wait to unlock it. But once you do get it, he does become really good. His skills are really nice. So yeah, it's a pretty good set of skills, not gonna lie. Probably something you might want to consider leveling up. Moving on here to his passive skills, he's going to have the Magic Resistance E skill, which increases debuff resistance by 10%. This is really nice because he has a skill that actually lowers his debuff resistance, so the passive kind of negates that a little bit. But yeah, he doesn't have too many passives, that's the only one. So we're going to move on to his Ascension materials. Now he does need a lot to fully ascend himself, but he's pretty good, so you might want to consider doing that. He does need 11 bones for his second ascension, which is quite a bit, and then he needs Forbidden Pages, the crystals, and the lanterns as well for the 3rd and 4th ascension, which at this point could be a little bit tricky. I probably wouldn't recommend going past his 3rd ascension unless you really want to use this character. But you know, once pages become more available, now it's definitely a character I'm gonna probably consider leveling up if I have spare materials on my hand. So moving on to his skill enhancement materials, luckily he doesn't need any pages, so the pages are swapped out for the homunculus babies. Everything else is, you know, much of the same with the crystals, the bones, and the lanterns. So yeah, I would recommend leveling up his skills for sure if you have extra materials, because his skills are very good. But only do that if you have extra materials. Don't waste your crystals or your homunculus babies on skills when you have other characters you need to ascend. So definitely focus on that first, and then come back around when you have extras to level up this guy's skill. That's my recommendation, at least. So moving on here to his craft essence, it's going to unlock the Glory of the Past Days, and while equipped, it will increase Buster Card effectiveness of all allies by 15% while on the field. So unfortunately, it is just your generic Buster Card Craft Essence, which kind of sucks. But I guess all Craft Essences, I mean, they probably should have been that way, but I guess they're all not going to be that unique and different in their own rights. So moving on here to his command cards and his his Noble Phantasm. He has 1 Quick, 2 Arts, 2 Buster for his command cards, so you primarily want to use him in a Buster or an Arts team. Primarily though, you do want to use him in Busters because his Noble Phantasm is Buster as well. And this is going to deal heavy damage to all enemies, and then on the overcharge, it will have a chance to decrease the enemy's Noble Phantasm charge, and then you will gain critical stars as well. So this is really nice because it is an AoE, effect. So you have that chance to negate, well not negate, but like decrease the Noble Phantasm charge. So if it's a full charge, you have a chance to get rid of it and prevent them from using their Noble Phantasm. Maybe combo it with other characters that decrease Noble Phantasm charges as well, and just make sure that the enemy never gets their Noble Phantasm off. So that's definitely something you might want to consider, making a team around that. And the damage is pretty good. It is an AoE, so it's going to do a little bit less damage than normal. And the chance for the Noble Phantasm decrease is 70% at level 5, which is going to be really nice because he's a 2-star, so you're going to pull him a lot off, a lot with the free friend points and all that stuff. And then you do get the 5 critical stars, which it's kind of just feels like a throw-on skill, but critical stars are critical stars, and they're always nice to have to increase your damage. So now for some of the craft essences you want to use on this character. Basically, you just want to go with the Buster Card setup. So you can go either Kaleidoscope to get his Noble Phantasm ready as quickly as possible, or you can go with the Verdant Sound of Destruction for the 15% increase, or Limit 0 Over for the 25% increase. So that's going to wrap up this video here for Blackbeard. I'm going to leave you guys here with his Noble Phantasm, and I will see you guys tomorrow. 行くでござる、行くでござる。クイーン&リベンジ。一方的ですぞ。